This week we traveled to the village of Prospect. The first pioneers came to the area in the late 1700s, when it was part of the Holland Patent land grant. It was nearly a century later when the village was incorporated in 1890. The area was booming with tanneries, gristmills, taverns, and hotels catering to the Adirondack tourists visiting by train.
When you stroll through Prospect, you'll be walking on a brand new, beautifully laid brick sidewalk. And as you walk along the sidewalk, you get a view of the falls behind me. When the early settlers came here at the end of the 1700s, they said, "What a beautiful prospect." And that's how the town got its name. Here in the center of the village, there's a little brick path you can take through a park, come out here onto this lookout, and you get another view of the beautiful Prospect Falls. It's called Union Park because at one time the Union Hotel stood right there.
Stays chilly in the winter, cold and covered up in snow. But when the good old summertime comes round, even Monday nights you'll hear the music play.
The Park Methodist Church here in Prospect was built in 1847. It still has the original tin ceilings. When you're here, take a look up, because there's a pattern unlike any that I've ever seen before. The church still has services here every Sunday at 9 o'clock.
I don't know what for. Looking back, know what I was leaving. Looking back, saw that you were needing. And looking back, all the words I should be saying, it's true. I'm sorry to you.
Who would have thought that right here in the Mohawk Valley, we had two of the world's most famous female aeronauts? We learned not too long ago about Carlotta from Frankfurt. Well, right here in Prospect, there was Nellie Thurston Squire. She came from here, and she was the first woman to make a solo public flight.
It's cold, so when we see people coming out of the Tavern on the Gorge with hot coffee, we go in to warm up. It's nice and cozy inside this neat-as-a-pin tavern. The owner must have brought some of the Florida warmth back with her when she returned to Prospect.
Well, I was in Florida for 22 years, and I pretty much did catering and private functions and weddings and tended a bar at the stadium and the hockey and things like that. So I enjoy people, and I pretty much always worked quite a bit. So, well, I have, it's called the Gorge sauce. It's a wing sauce that I make, and there's several different ingredients in it, but I can't really tell you what they are. So, but eventually I plan on bottling it.
Back in 1901, this was known as the Murphy Hotel, and if you came here, the rates were $1.50 a day. More interesting, I think, is the fact that the horse stabling cost 75 cents a day. It may be quiet here right now, but come here this afternoon, it will be teeming with football fans. They come here, there are 4 flat screen televisions, and they will be treated to, you will be treated if you come up here, to a complimentary mini buffet. What caught my eye when I came in here were these cylindrical coolers behind me. Kathy, the owner, told me that they were antique, they were ancient. Well, they only come from 1942, and I was born in 1941. Thank you very much.
Well, we all share something special here in this valley that's our home. Just as sure as the Mohawk rolls along, I'll never be alone. Making this valley my home. I'm so proud to call it my home. It's not what you take to give, it's here I wanna be.
Prospect also has some famous softball history to it, because in 1946, the opening game was between the Acme Billiards of Rome that upset the highly rated Argentos of Utica. But the following year, the Uticans came back, and the team known as the Cavallos, you know, the Cavallo restaurant, they won that year, and some of the team members were Scampone, Morelli, Cavallo, Chambrone, Cognetti, Zangarelli, Sistai, Pizzullo, etc., etc. Another bit of interesting historical trivia is this. Prospect is home to the longest running, continuously running softball tournament in the United States. And as a matter of fact, I have a ball here from one of those tournaments signed by a very famous sportsman, Carmen Pacilio. He's a boxer. He doesn't play baseball, does he, or didn't? Oh well, yeah, he signed it.